Mr. Gore, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Would you like to say anything for the podcast? No.
You have anything to say for yourself?
Anything to say? Igor, do you have anything productive to say to the conversation? All right.
And that's all you're going to get out of him.
There you have it, folks. Igor.
He said, I plead the fifth.
That's what he said, yeah. Our cat is updated on how to protect himself legally and physically, if you saw those claws.
He was swinging. Welcome back to the
Mankheads podcast.
Yeah, the Mankheads podcast. I'm here with my guest, my boyfriend, my best friend.
I am the host's boyfriend.
Frequent collaborator.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Cazden. I'm a YouTube expert. That's why Emma brought me in today, because we're going to be talking about YouTube.
We are. Its ins and outs, its history a little bit, and our own relationships with it as Gen Z children who, okay, Igor, shut the as Gen Z children who grew up, on YouTube, we kind of have our own specific relationships with it.
We do.
So, do you want to start with a hot take, sir?
Oh yeah, I've been around. I've seen this podcast before. I know how y'all do these hot takes. I'm gonna use the same one I did whenever we first recorded this.
Yes, this is a re-recording for the record. Part 2, take 2. Here we go.
My hot take: moon towers, they suck. We should get rid of them. They're ugly. They pollute the night sky. I know I've been told that they were used to catch a serial killer or something. That's all fine and dandy. That's cool. But now, do we really need them?
So, just for our viewers or listeners who are not from Austin, Texas, this is, I guess, something kind of specific to Austin, Texas. We have these things called moon towers that are basically just big strobe lights that, just light up the ground.
Yeah, it's like those radio towers with the lights that have they blink red at the top so planes don't hit them. It's like that type of vibe, but there's spotlights pointing down. It's like we're living in 1984.
This is literally 1984.
Yeah.
Yes, creating an Orwellian reality for us. I guess I'll just redo my hot take too, which I'll be honest, I think is a hot take I had actually already done at some point, but I can't remember and you don't either. So whatever. Okay. Shut up. Oh. Hot take. House music is for amoebas. Ah. And then we had this whole discussion last time about what an amoeba is. Yeah. And basically...
Still unsure on that.
But Emma's definition of it is that it's just a, brainless, organism. So by that, I just mean that, listening to house music is a kind of a mindless activity, which is so fun. So cool if that's your thing. It's not my thing. And... I guess I'm just there's a particular setting for it. There's when you're at a party or something like that. But if you're just, or that, honestly, I'm just going to extend this beyond even that. But listening to EDM and house music and anything in that related to that area outside of a setting where it's a party kind of setting is odd to me. I just don't get that.
I agree. If you're listening to that type of music just in your car alone, I feel it's a little weird.
What's up with that? Maybe listening to EDM at the gym or something is something I can get behind. You're getting pumped up or something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. But if you're just sitting still.
And I know that EDM and house music are different things. I'm just saying that both of them to me have a very particular setting, and it's not just you sitting there listening to Spotify. That's kind of I don't get that.
I think sitting and listening to EDM is more
heinous.
No, I think that's better than listening to just how I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would say the other way around because house music can be calming. EDM is
you know what
I mean?
The thing is EDM is more of there's more of a art, not art, but house music is just boom, 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 boom. That type of vibe where it's just a constant beat. I think EDM there's more to listen to. I don't know.
I mean,
I'll be real. I don't listen to either of these genres, so I'm not an expert here. I'm only an expert on YouTube.
Well, with that being said, let's get down to brass tacks.
Words of the week.
So I said,
what are brass tacks?
We were both born. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna restart that sentence. We were born. Oh my god.
We were born.
We were both born in 1999, about 6 years before 2005, which is when YouTube spawned. So yeah, let's just talk about the origins of YouTube for a second. YouTube was founded by 3 dudes who used to work for PayPal. Then PayPal got bought by eBay in 2002, and it just wasn't the same. It was a corporate machine, and they didn't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And, while they're trying to find something else to do, they get this idea of making a video sharing platform. One of the founders said that a couple of the, particular cultural moments that led to the inception of YouTube were, one, the Super Bowl halftime show controversy in which Janet Jackson's breast got exposed by Justin Timberlake.
Awesome.
He was looking for videos of it on the internet after that happened, and he couldn't find one.
Right.
What the hell?
If only there was a place where I could go and search and find this video.
And find this.
Oh!
Holy shit. And then also, the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, couldn't find videos from that event online.
Man, if only I could see this tsunami destroying towns.
And, there's nothing that says the duality of man like YouTube being formed because someone wanted to see both Janet Jackson's breast and footage of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. So,
that's awesome.
I think that's hilarious. But that is also to say that when they actually started making the platform, their original idea for it was actually for it to be like a video online dating, so like a video-based online dating service, which didn't work out well for them. They literally just couldn't get people to use it. They actually offered $20 to different women on Craigslist for them to upload a video, and nobody took them up on it. And it's like, why would you? That sounds like a scam. It sounds like porn. What do you want from me?
Uploading a video talking about yourself,
I think
I'm so
maybe
dateable.
A profile or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the details, but that didn't work out for them.
I feel like they were almost too ahead of their time for that.
When was Facebook founded though?
Facebook was founded in, I know this off the top of my head, totally. It's coming to me, 2004 in Cambridge.
See, right before that. So it's I think that's what I'm just thank God that YouTube being a dating service didn't work out for them, because we just didn't need another one of those. No, thank you. And that didn't even work out for Facebook. It didn't end up being a dating service. This actually isn't the first video sharing site. Vimeo was first. It was launched in 2004.
Really?
Actually developed by, so I've talked about before, one of the big places I remember watching YouTube videos, one of the big channels I remember watching when I was younger was College Humor. Mm-hmm. Vimeo was developed by College Humor.
What?
I didn't know that until I was doing research
Clearly,
for this
they're not
video.
still involved. Vimeo is a hell site now.
They're not still involved.
It's so hard to upload. It's so hard to find videos.
But we can say now that YouTube is the second most searched for thing after Google.
Wow.
Which, by the way, was acquired by Google in 2006, the year after it launched. It now has 2.5 billion monthly users. I think you could say it's one of the largest social media platforms, streaming platforms, and also it's a search engine.
Oh yeah.
It's an audio visual search engine too. So maybe I'll do a second hot take, which is that the advent of YouTube, that was the cultural reset, bro. That changed
No, YouTube is huge.
the trajectory of the whole world.
Yeah, no, it's the best spot online for videos, and it's such a just the community. I don't know. It's it's not a tangible thing, but it's if you're trying to make content, you always want to be the end goal to drive people to your YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. You can't make a living sustainably on TikTok or Instagram if you're doing video type content. I mean, you can in other ways merch, but just from the videos and ads on them, I feel everybody wants to put their content on YouTube for that because it's the best deal.
It's the best way to do that.
Yeah, like you said, it's the biggest streaming platform technically.
Yeah,
and it really is I don't know. I feel in 2011 or 2012, there was always talk of there's going to be a new YouTube because YouTube now, it sucks. It's bad.
Not gonna happen.
It's still here and it's still the biggest. So, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So we can do a little bit of that conversation we had of I know I already said it's social media. Mm-hmm. But I kind of at first when I was starting to think about doing this video, I was is it social media? I consider it social media. And I would say it's also it was the first social media platform I was ever on.
Well, same. Yeah.
because my MySpace already existed, but that was a little before my time. I was a little too young for that. But I got on YouTube around like 2006, 2007, and started commenting on videos and interacting with people. To a degree. I wasn't like super like, I was 7.
Yeah, you're 7. But still.
Too late for MySpace. I also didn't play games like Club Penguin, which is where a lot of kids our age like started interacting with people online. I was a Webkins kid, but I didn't play a lot of online games or anything. So it's like YouTube was really the place where I started like interacting with other people on the internet. So of course it started with people uploading their own kind of home videos, like videos of their own, digital videos of their own that they had laying around. Like maybe they had old SD cards with stuff laying around and they just like started uploading it to this platform so that they could maybe easily send it to a family member or something like that. Right? But the week of YouTube's launch, the very same week of YouTube's launch.
Week 1.
SNL ran a skit called Lazy Sunday by The Lonely Island. And very quickly, videos of it got uploaded to YouTube. And it was a very early, like, viral video on YouTube. It being uploaded to YouTube led to the upload of much more third-party content, other, like, clips of TV shows and movies and stuff, which when I think of like what I was watching on YouTube when I was a lot younger, it was a lot less of like random people's videos and a lot more of like me watching movies and shows through YouTube, because I've said this before, my family didn't really watch TV when I was a kid. If we did, we were like watching it on DVDs. Like we had like all of Seinfeld on DVD, all of Friends on DVD, that kind of thing. So I would watch like random clips of shows on YouTube. So I think it's funny that and that was kind of like an unintentional consequence of this platform, right? Which of course, so then from the get-go, you're going to have like these copyright issues, copyright infringement issues with people uploading content that is not their own.
Right. That then YouTube would go on and handle very well throughout the course of its history.
Yeah. Oh, here's something kind of funny, because I want to talk about like how the slogan of YouTube changed over time. When they were trying to be a dating service, it was tune in, hook up. Which is like
tune in, hook
cringe.
Up. Damn.
It later, once it became just a video sharing site it was called Your Digital Repository.
That's horrible.
Which is terrible. Repository? Like what?
Google.
What are you talking about? But, they get bought by Google, and then the slogan becomes broadcast yourself, which I remember being the slogan.
That's solid. Yeah, that's they figured it out.
Google knew what they were doing.
Attempt 3.
Oh yeah, you see this now too, like, by that time, also, Vimeo was not owned by College Humor anymore. It was owned by somewhere else. And they were distinguishing themselves from YouTube by being like, we are like focusing on content creators or whatever. They were doing that before YouTube, but obviously YouTube has been much more successful with that. Yeah. Yeah, so we start getting ads on YouTube in 2006 at this point. Not necessarily in the videos, but like banner ads and stuff like that. Yeah. Some viral videos of the time. Evolution of Dance. Did you ever see that one? That one was huge.
Yeah, that was a
huge
big
video. I watched that over and over again. Shoes by Kelly. Shows.
Banger video.
I literally have no idea who this creator is. Never watched her. Brookers. But she was the first creator to hit to 10,000 subs in 2006.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. I know nothing about that.
Literally don't know who she is, but that's a stat. That one guy took the photo of himself every day for 6 years and then uploaded the video to YouTube in 2006, which is still something that gets made fun of. I think that's so funny. When people started doing that thing on TikTok where they'd be like...
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I went to the thing where she like moved her face all kind of weird. Like it was a time lapse, but it wasn't.
Yeah. For those of you listening in. For our Spotify listeners.
Our Spotify listeners. Awesome.
Yes. So Google bought YouTube for 1.65 billion, which is roughly 2.5 billion today. That number is mind-boggling to me.
Wowza.
And Google said at the time that they considered YouTube the next step in the evolution of the internet. And they were so true for that. They were right for that.
Wow, very neat. All of these videos you have listed here, like about evolution of dance or the shoes video, were such early YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I remember my sister having Shoes by Kelly downloaded on her little iPod. She bought it on
so
iTunes.
Cute. That's so cute.
That I always thought was hilarious. I was like, why did you spend money on that? You can watch it for free on YouTube. So then we get to 2007. Okay, it's estimated in 2007 that YouTube consumed as much bandwidth as the entire internet did in the year 2000.
Wow.
So come a long way.
That's pretty cool.
Different people that we are well aware of now start uploading little videos. Bo Burnham, can't spell his name, my bad.
It's B-O, not
Oh, he's not.
B-E-A-U.
Okay, that's how most people spell Bo.
Really?
Like Bo is afraid or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually okay.
B-O, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, I forgot
cool.
how his name is spelled.
That's why.
He is cool. He's so much. Anyway, the Green Brothers, they start Hank and what's his face? John
Green,
there.
Hank Green, scientist guy and English history guy.
You were just like back there in the video.
Is he in the video? That's cute.
Smosh in 2007. We all know and love Smosh if you're, we're in the internet in 2007.
I was a Smosh hater. I'm not going to lie.
You're joking.
I was like, okay. When I found out about them, I think I was like Smosh hater, but then I watched some of them and I was like, all right, I get it. Because then you'd watch one of the songs and it'd get stuck in your head and you're like, I gotta give it to him. I tip my hat.
I remember stuff like the grammar Nazi, stuff like that, like more skit stuff, I guess. But anyway, Smosh in 2007 becomes the first channel to hit 100,000 subs. And you will see this becomes a pattern over the course of YouTube's history, just how many records Smosh was able to smash. Craziness. So also in 2007, the first iPhone was released and it comes with the YouTube app already installed. Crazy.
That's cool.
And you remember how that looked? It was like a little TV. Yeah, it was
like
so cute.
Ugly ass brown TV, like old doohickey.
Also in this year, Niga Higa starts uploading videos.
How to be Ninja.
Ryan Higa, he was so funny.
The first king of YouTube.
The first king of YouTube, as Cazden refers to him. And I think my favorite videos of him were always like he would do like little condensed like recreations of entire movies. So he had like Titanic, he had Twilight. I loved those. Those were so funny. I knew the entire plot of Twilight years and years and years before ever watching the movie, because I didn't even watch any of the Twilight movies except for like one random one until college. So like, but I was like, I knew about that baseball scene in 2007 because Ryan Higa put it in his video. I don't know if that video was from 2007. Anyway.
Thank you, Ryan.
At this time also, YouTube starts running ads on videos, not just having banner ads, but like, I'm a little unclear of like what the distinction was, how they started doing this, because it's not until a little bit later that they like really partner with creators with the advertising thing. So I'm unclear on like what the deal is with the ads in 2007. Okay.
By partner, you mean like that's when you would have like an ad in front of the video?
Yeah, that's not until later.
Okay. I didn't think so, because I remember when that started becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Which was not in 2007.
Viral video in 2007. Also, Chris Crocker saying, "Leave Britney alone." That was so like iconic. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
And actually, that might be a dead name. I think that
I'm
Chris
ignorant
Crocker,
to this viral video.
I think that Chris Crocker might be like a transgender woman now. Yeah, Kara Cunningham. My bad. But she released this video where she's like crying, like mascara like running down her cheek, like "Leave Britney alone." Because if you know pop culture moments, 2007 is when Britney like went crazy, shaved her head, and like went crazy on the paparazzi and stuff. Yeesh. She's not crazy, by the way. She is a victim. So like that was a huge moment. I can't believe you've never seen that. Like, that was huge.
You and I'll touch on this now. We'll get into this later, obviously. But you and I have used YouTube and the internet, like, early on in our lives, like, very differently. Where Emma, you, like, consumed mostly, like, content, like, there was, like, what's the word like this? I consume content on YouTube that was exclusively made for YouTube, I feel like, where it was like very niche and inside YouTube, like content that couldn't be posted anywhere else. It wasn't really talking about pop culture or anything like that. It was super niche and in YouTube only. Whereas you consumed more like pop culture events through YouTube.
Definitely.
Which is why I don't know anything about this Chris Crocker thing.
And also in 2007, Content ID introduced to deal with copyright infringement on YouTube. So
surely this won't end to horrible misuse of it and other shifty changes in the history of YouTube.
Because up until this point, YouTube had gotten sued like over and over again for copyright infringement. So they start using Content ID and using algorithms and all that jazz to try to curb that. So in 2007, they start having ads and stuff, but towards the end of 2007, they launched this thing called the Partner Program, where they enlist a bunch of creators, like content creators worldwide, to bring in more traffic to the site, bring their audiences, whatever, make content, and they will also give them a cut of the ad revenue. That happens like towards the end of 2007, and as a result of that, clickbait becomes a real issue because everyone wants a piece of that pie.
Awesome.
And so people are like, how do I get people to interact with my videos? If YouTube sees that people are interacting with my videos, they're going to give me some money. Bam, it's 2008.
Charlie the Unicorn drops historic moment.
Wait. I accidentally skipped something that I was trying to like say earlier. Because before that...
You didn't talk about Ticking Bomb, Powder Puppet Pals.
Yeah, I like skipped the like viral videos of 2007, which is, if anyone was a Harry Potter hoe like myself, you were all up in Powder Puppet Pals, and Ticking Time Bomb was a huge video in 2007. Chocolate Rain, iconic song.
Chocolate Rain.
And
Banger.
Charlie Bit My Finger. Why is there more than one like viral video with Charlie? I think that's very funny. Like
Charlie sucks.
Up in the 2000s, but Charlie Bit My Finger. Charlie! That video was so funny to me when I was a kid. I was right up in there. I was the reason that video was viral, guys.
Once again, I was a Charlie hater. I thought it was dumb.
You're literally whack for that. Anyway, it's 2008, and Charlie the Unicorn drops. Charlie!
I was a Charlie the Unicorn hater.
And they're going to Candy Mountain.
I wasn't.
I'm like, Cazden just hates everything mainstream YouTube.
No. Yeah. I want the niche stuff. I want the underground YouTube. Y'all know where it's like.
And also... Somebody who started posting in 2008 was a silly little guy named Fred Figglehorn. Obviously, that's not his name. That was the character's name.
No, that's actually his name.
Fred Figglehorn. And let me just say that I was a huge Fred fan at the time. Loved that guy. I thought he was very funny.
Yeah, I was a big Fred hater.
I'm not surprised.
I was actually. Okay,
I'm like...
I've been maybe exaggerating my past views. Fred, though, we hated that guy until he did the collab with iCarly. Then he was cool. Then I was like, all right, this guy's cool. He did a collab with iCarly. You wouldn't know. Didn't watch TV.
That's even more mainstream than me just liking Fred when he was just making videos on YouTube.
Was good, so...
Was it? Okay. Fred. He was stupid, obviously. I'm like, I look back on that. I'm like, I literally can't believe I consumed hours of that like content because
it's like
just
the
this
Coco
guy, like,
Melon of our age.
Yeah,
it's like mindless.
For real. It's just mindless activity. But thought he was really funny. Me and my bestie had matching Fred shirts, okay, from Justice in elementary school. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of me wearing the shirt, although I found something similar-ish, which I'll try to insert a picture of. I remember there being one shirt that I really wanted, which was the one that had his logo with the backwards R or whatever, but I couldn't get that one or something. So we got this one.
Was so funny.
So he's so stupid. So silly. So we got this one where it's had a little picture of him and he's waving and it's got a little speech bubble or something. He's like, hey, what's up, it's Fred, or something,
right?
Anyway, that's a vibe. That's the only YouTuber merch I ever had. Actually, that's not true. There was another YouTuber for which I had merch, and I'll talk about that later. In 2008, My Mythical Morning, which I was never super into, but they were huge. They
cool.
Started uploading in 2008.
That was some of the most wholesome content. They were just so charming. Rhett and Link. Nice guys
True.
to tune into in the morning. Feel relaxed.
The dude with the beard and the dude with the glasses. That's
Correct.
who they are to me.
Those two guys. The dude with the glasses named his kids after Star Wars characters.
He's so cool for that.
He's based for that.
I want to say my physics teacher in high school, like, also did that or something. I think his kid was named Luke or something.
I'm pretty sure I had a history teacher who also did that. I think he named his kid like Lando or something. Maybe I'm misremembering this now. That's kind of an outlandish name.
In 2008, we get 480p. Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Our videos still look like poop.
Our video, like, no, 480p at the time, it was like, oh my god,
Huge change.
revolutionary.
Huge change.
I can see clearly now.
Then they also added annotations, which I'm glad have died because I'm not saying that they're gone. I'm just saying that people don't really use them anymore.
The like speech bubbles you could put in videos like that? No. When they got rid of those, horrible decision.
Really?
There were so many fun YouTube like genres of videos that used annotations. There used to be like choose your own adventure type YouTube videos where at the end of the video it'd be like a choice. It's like, oh, do I want to go to the left door or the right door? And whichever door you click on, it'd be an annotation link where you click on it, it will lead you to the next video, like an unlisted video. You couldn't like find it normally. You have to like start the quest here, go to the next video. People would make like games doing
cool.
that.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Which is super cool. Or all videos pretty much before this time too. Obviously nowadays you can like have a video pop up at the end of the video and you can click on it. But before you couldn't do that. So they'd be like hard pressed into the video. People would like add them to the end and then the annotations would be what you click on. All that shit now, videos back then, they just have those like burnt in videos at the end, but you can't click on them or anything. Anyway, maybe it was a good change because they did get messy. But
I thought they were very annoying. I didn't like all these things popping up, but I also wasn't watching the ones where it was like a cool interactive thing. It was just like YouTube creators putting these obnoxious annotations that I had to click out of because they were annoying.
They could be misused, I suppose.
For sure. And in this year, Evolution of Dance becomes the first video on YouTube to hit 100 million views.
Oh.
Not surprising, but I feel like that one like was circulating for a very long time. And also in 2008, Smosh becomes the very first channel to hit 500,000 subscribers. Good for them.
Good job, Smosh.
Good job.
We'd like to shout out. Good job reaching that goal.
And at this point, almost anyone can put ads before their videos, and people are mad about it.
People are mad about it. Back in the day, there used to be a huge stigma against creators who put ads in their videos, I remember. It was always like people would be like, oh, I feel betrayed. Why are you selling out? Like, meh, you know. Obviously, that stigma has changed a lot over time. Now that eventually it kind of became the point where you could make YouTube your full-time job. And so obviously it's like, oh, you put ads on it to like eat food because you have to, you know, make money to live type vibe. So it totally changed. But in the beginning, it was all like, yeah, I remember so many content creators coming out and being like, oh, guys, I promise I didn't start like a YouTube channel for the money. I did it because I wanted to make videos and blah, 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 you know, like that they have to like disclose that's crazy. Yeah. But anyway, now it's just the norm.
So, and I'm not going to talk about this because I literally don't know what it is, but YouTube it was a failure. Live. There was something they tried to do. Like, I don't know if it was like live streaming, like musical performances through YouTube or like something. I like don't even know what it is. I saw it mentioned and I was like, clearly it's irrelevant because it failed massively.
Clearly. I don't remember this either. I'm going to be real.
Something that I wanted to mention real quick was like, we've been talking about viral videos and just like the concept of virality, which I think wasn't so much of a thing before YouTube. Definitely for sure. And something that I guess I would consider like a hallmark of viral videos, at least in this early era of YouTube, was like spontaneity, like spontaneous kind of things where it's just like they're filming their kids and then Charlie bit his finger or, you know, and I think the same thing rings true for like what were later considered viral videos on Vine. It wasn't these like well thought out and produced skits. It was like Hurricane Katrina running Hurricane Tortilla. Like it's just these spontaneous like silly moments. And at some point that does like shift and change on YouTube, like not necessarily what is going viral. Like I think that those things are always going to be like kind of what is viral content, but like what is getting more views on YouTube changes at some point, and there's a reason for that, which we can get into. Okay.
2009.
Yeah, so let's get into 2009. Viral video, David after the dentist. Have you ever seen that one?
Think
that
I
little
saw
kid
that
who's
one.
just acting goofy.
It's just one where he's on like a laugh cast and he's like, yeah.
I never got to experience that, by the way. I kind of feel like remiss for that. Like, I didn't get to have like a silly moment.
Likewise.
I was not put on gas when I had my wisdom teeth out. I had like anesthesia. I went under.
But they didn't put you on like the goofy stuff?
But I was not on goofy gas.
They didn't give you the good stuff?
Okay.
I never had wisdom teeth. I just didn't grow them ever. I'm just, I'm the next race of humans.
He's built different,
I'm genetically
guys.
superior.
But I feel like that's a whole like genre of internet video is like people's post-operation like moments, and there's a lot of really funny.
Yeah.
I remember going through a phase way later than 2009, by the way, but I remember going through a phase where I was watching like lots of those because I thought they were very funny. Also in 2009, Usher finds Justin Bieber through YouTube. And I'm pretty sure like he like got his start because he was uploading videos of himself singing on YouTube, right? Yeah. Usher
just
finds
like him on a couch playing guitar, like singing.
Yeah, there was something where he was like at a school function or a church function or something, playing the piano and singing. I remember seeing that one.
Usher was like, "Yep, him."
It's like this guy, which
I'm gonna ruin his life.
By the way, I've been seeing a bunch of like stuff that I have no idea if it's true, but it's like stuff where it's like. So Usher was like a prodigy of P. Diddy, and people are like, P. Diddy's like a pedo, like he was grooming people, they think that happened to Usher, and then they're like, Usher brought Justin Bieber into that, and it's like, did this stuff like happen to Justin Bieber? I feel like he would never talk about that if it was true. Anyway, side weird tangent, like what is that? But anyway, I've just been seeing stuff about that, and I'm like very curious so what is the truth, as Oprah would say. So 2009, Fred becomes the first channel to hit 1 million subscribers.
Oh, he was first?
He
really?
was first.
Wow.
He was first. When did he get his movie deals? It can't be too long after that.
It definitely was not too long after.
Big platform-wide shift in 2009. Viral videos are still around, like I was saying, but higher production value is becoming much more common and sought after in content. So with the production, with the editing, with scheduled uploads, it's becoming a career.
Right.
Like we've talked about. Like this is the point at which you see this big shift where it's like people are making this like their life, what they do with their time. So an example of this is Equals 3 with Ray Williams Johnson.
Oh,
Ray
God.
Ray William Johnson?
Ray William Johnson, I think. Ray Williams Johnson? I don't remember. There's an S somewhere in that name. I don't know.
I think it's maybe Ray Williams Johnson. Ray William Johnson. Okay, whatever.
William Johnson.
Whatever.
Ray William Johnson.
Either way, I totally used to watch that a lot. Like I totally used to watch that. I think he did like where he would just like react kind of to like the viral videos of the week or whatever.
Yep, that's what he did.
Yeah.
I was a big Ray William Johnson hater. Dude, definitely. A lot of people hated him though, because he was one of the first like peddlers who just like would show viral clips that were already viral and already like guaranteed to get views, and he just like react to them, and people were like,
so
"This is lazy."
We didn't need your commentary on that.
Yeah.
We could
Also,
have our own
his
reaction.
commentary was super unfunny.
I guess I thought it was funny in 2009. I don't fucking know. I was 8 or 9 years old.
I might have thought it was funny. Yeah. Looking back on it, though.
Okay, and then this is where we can get to some Cazden moment. 2009, Minecraft is released, and the very first video of Minecraft gameplay is uploaded to YouTube.
Oh my gosh. When it was first uploaded, it was still called a cave game. Fun fact. Before Notch was like,
I didn't know it was called something else before that.
When it was first conceived, it was named Cave Game, but like it wasn't even released like with that. Because the first videos uploaded were like literally from Notch, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was some of the first people who downloaded it. But wow, fun. That's when Minecraft comes out and takes hold of YouTube, where it would like, that's, I feel like, a huge reason why Minecraft got so big.
Yeah. And you and I talked about the fact that it wasn't more widely accessible until 2011, and that's probably really when it took off. Including on YouTube.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just once more people were playing it and knew what it was.
And big Minecraft influencers started getting in on it.
Yeah, but there you go. 2009 is when Minecraft enters the picture. Also in 2009, you are now able to watch YouTube on your TV, and 1080p is introduced.
Oh my gosh.
Game changer.
1080p was huge. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I remember watching like literally Minecraft Let's Plays, and like when they made the shift to 1080p, it's like, this is great.
And possibly the biggest trend of 2009, and something that definitely changed the internet, is the concept of Rickrolling. This happened in 2009.
Wow.
I remember getting Rickrolled.
Oh yeah, everyone. Yeah.
Couldn't be on the internet without it happening.
It's like the joke is so unfunny, actually, but it's just like
stupid.
The fact that it's like happening is great.
Yeah, getting you is what you're like.
You know, wow, big year. 2009, huge year.
Big year. 2010, double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Jesus Christ! All right.
I don't know if you ever played Pocket God with the little pygmies.
I loved
They
Pocket
had
God.
a little reference to that video in that game. I always thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the creators that started creating in 2010, Jenna Marbles.
Queen.
Rip. She does not post on YouTube anymore.
No, she's like retired.
She's been retired from YouTube for years.
She like was canceled, but then apologized. I think she's still held in good grace.
She was canceled. She apologized, but she just like left YouTube.
Yeah, I think she just. That. I mean, she's done. Like, she's one of the OG YouTube influencers. Like her time is.
You're fine.
She didn't want to make videos anymore.
Epic rap battles of history. Those were huge.
My gosh, they were awesome. Huge.
Casey Neistat started uploading in 2010, but he wasn't bigger until later.
2015, yeah.
The Annoying Orange.
Wow.
Which I fully watched. I can't even believe I watched The Annoying Orange because I definitely thought he was annoying. I was like, this guy sucks.
Like, man, this video is really annoying.
Let me watch another video.
Next one, yeah.
Yeah, like, show me more of that. At this point, they took away the rating system of writing things out of stars, and you could either do the thumbs up or the thumbs down, that's a system that's still in place.
No.
Well, not the thumbs up or the thumbs down, but like liking and disliking. Isn't that still a thing?
It's still in place.
But you still can't see dislikes.
They disabled so you can't see dislikes. It's one of the worst changes YouTube has ever made.
Yeah. I know people are annoyed about that. I think that I don't even give a fuck about that. Like, why do people care about that?
The reason why it's a bad change is because, like, especially in the tutorial space where people make like, oh, YouTube tutorials, how to do this, or people are giving advice. Mm-hmm. Obviously, since everyone can upload to YouTube, if someone's giving really bad advice, it's good to see there's a ton of dislikes on this video.
Yeah.
For like,
well, you can read the comments. I don't know.
Yeah, but still, immediately seeing that bar is like super valuable.
It's a metric also, that you can judge a video by.
And it's good. I mean, YouTube removed it primarily because advertisers' videos would get dislikes, especially if it was like a company that people didn't like, or like did like shifty stuff that people didn't like.
Okay.
You know, and so they're like, oh, we got to get rid of that. Also, because YouTube's rewind of 2019, I think it was the most disliked video on the platform.
That is so
because
funny.
It sucked.
That's so funny.
It was so out of touch and lame. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's stay back in 2010.
I haven't been giving this statistic up until now, which is fine. Like, it's not going to mean anything. Oh, like last year it was getting, well, okay, but I can say that in 2009, the site was getting 1 billion views a day. And by 2010, it was getting 2 billion views a day, which was nearly double the primetime audience for all three major networks in the US combined. ABC, NBC, CBS combined. YouTube was getting more views than them. Probably they didn't like that. Can't imagine that they liked that. Big viral moment in 2010, Antoine Dotson. His sister's apartment gets broken into. He gets interviewed on the news, and then a song is made out of it. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife. He's climbing in your windows.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this stuff, guys.
This guy. I cannot. Can you guys fucking believe this shit? Whatever.
Hey, leave a like on the video if you're with me, and then leave a comment if you're with Emma.
I remember like sitting around the lunch table in elementary school in 2010.
I was homeschooled for 2 years. This is in that gap. So I'm out of the loop,
You were
guys.
on the internet, though, and this was a
I
huge
was much more than the average kid.
moment. Gets made into a song, and it's everywhere, and then that kind of started even more of a trend of like that happening, where they would like remix random stuff into songs, things that weren't songs, people just talking. But I remember sitting around at the lunch table in my elementary school, like talking about the Antoine Dotson video, acutely. Like, I remember that. PewDiePie starts uploading in 2010. We'll get to him later.
Wow. Truly, that story won't unfold in very unpredictable ways.
I believe we have a change of CEOs at this point. I don't know names. I don't know.
That's when Susan took over.
No.
Oh, no?
No, not yet. I have her. Believe me.
My bad.
Her taking over is
Her
much more
arc is
important than this guy
insane.
taking over. Some other dude is CEO of it now, and now you can skip ads after 5 seconds. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Not
always.
All the times. But
Sometimes.
sometimes you get lucky.
And this was the year 2010 of the very first YouTube Rewind.
Which was lame. I'm pretty sure
it was lit because everyone liked it.
No. 2010, I'm pretty sure they didn't do music yet. I'm pretty sure that's when it was just like a list. I'm pretty sure it was a... do you have Rebecca Black's Friday
I'm just
coming
saying
out
that
yet?
like you're saying it's lame, but it was well received on the internet. It was fine.
Rebecca Black's Friday, when did that come out?
I have that on here. It's the next year, 2011.
Never mind. I don't know what the 2010 Rewind is like. Guys,
Talking out of his ass.
2012 is the first one where they did music, I think. Where they made it a song.
Okay. Oh, see, I don't even I never went out of my way to watch those videos anyway, so I don't even know what the fuck happens in those. They just like go through like what's popular that year, right?
Yeah, but okay, so pretty much when they started, I at least know that the 2011 one was hosted by Rebecca Black. Obviously, she had the most viral video at Friday. And it was just her going to do like a top 10 list of like the videos, like the most viral videos. 2012 comes around. They make it a mashup of the most popular songs of the year. And they have like all the creators that were the biggest that year dancing and stuff and have their own little scenes and stuff. I'm surprised you don't know about this. Oh, I think it was set to Gangnam Style in 2012.
This makes sense.
And that one was such a banger. And they were good until I think 2014. Anyway.
Okay. We're going to get to 2012. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, are we? Ooh.
2011, live streaming is a thing now. Cool. I guess.
All right. That's never going to go anywhere. Surely that won't be the main way influencers make money in the future.
Neon Cat. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, Neon Cat.
Neon Cat?
Nyan Cat.
Nyan Cat?
Neon Cat. Neon Cat. That's 2011. Wow.
That is 2011.
Wow, the random humor was strong this year.
Yeah, no, I'm like, that is peak, like, to me. It's like 2000, let's say 10 to 2013 were really, like, strong, like, random
equals funny.
RAR XD, Mustache Pizza Cat.
Dinosaur
like,
arms or
dinosaur
something.
Arms. So, at this point, the site is getting 3 billion views per day, so they're just basically growing, like, 1 billion views a year. And now they're competing heavily with sites like Netflix and Hulu, which are rising in popularity. And true, dude, like my family was a like DVD, like a mail order Netflix family for a long time. And then I remember like, oh my God, I can get the app on my iPad now. Like, holy shit. But YouTube, in order to compete with them, starts renting out movies and TV shows at this point. I was never really I didn't really use YouTube for that, but I knew it was a thing. If the only time I would watch a movie on YouTube was if it was free. Because once in a while they have like really good shit for free.
Once in a while someone will just upload a film and it's just there.
Well, that's not even what I'm talking about. Sometimes like the YouTube specific ones are like free. Like
free with ads normally?
Yeah. You know, and it's like, shit, I can just watch this for free.
And there's just underground movies people just upload illegally.
Because there's also that. You know what I hated? What
did you hate? I'm sure I loved
people who would like record their television screen and then put it on. It's like, what is wrong with you? This looks terrible. I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a Family Guy clip on YouTube, but I'm having to watch your like wavy ass TV screen. Like, fuck you for doing that.
Yeah.
That makes me so mad. That really grinds my gears. Family Guy reference. He has like
Family Guy funny moments.
He has like a news segment where it's like, it really grinds my gears. Anyway, that grinds my gears. I don't know why I'm like specifically thinking of Family Guy clips, but there was a lot of those with Family Guy clips where it's like, oh, you'd think you were gonna watch like a nice quality like Family Guy clip, and then it's just somebody recording their fucking television. Anyway. In 2011, YouTube invested over $100 million to launch over 100 premium subscription channels. I don't really know, like, I wasn't really paying attention to stuff like this at the time. So I don't know who was going to have a premium channel and who was doing that. But they launched 100 premium subscription channels, and they were outperforming, like, subscription channels on, like, traditional, like media, right? Oh. So like, you know how like you have to pay extra for like HBO or whatever?
Yeah.
I think that's what they mean when they're saying that like these YouTube premium channels were outperforming things like that. I'm not sure.
Those weren't creators though. I'm trying to remember what those were. But
YouTube was putting more focus on creators at this point. So I think that was part of that. Rebecca Black's Friday gets released that year.
Big moment.
Like, what can I say? She really did something, even if it was terrible. She I think got the attention she wanted. I don't know.
I think it was a net positive, probably.
For sure. She also obviously got a lot of hate. And like, I was never going to go comment and be like nasty, but I was like, this girl can't sing. And she definitely got like, her parents paid for her to like be able to make this music video that like many people with a lot more talent than her don't have the resources to make. So kind of sucks that she got so famous from that. But you know what? Like, she's living her life.
Nowadays,
she's happy now. Yeah.
She's a baddie on TikTok.
She is a baddie on TikTok.
She's making good videos.
So
she's a DJ, actually.
More power to her. Oh, good for her. They make a lot of money, actually. They can. Yeah. If you're Paris Hilton and you're a DJ, you make a lot of money anyway.
If you're DJ John'em.
So there's also this thing happening in 2011 where the like top performing channels like Smosh, say, are getting just different treatment. They are getting custom thumbnails, they're getting more ad revenue, and just different features that a lot of other creators don't have access to. And people are getting kind of mad about it. Right. And as a result, smaller channels start joining MCNs or multi-channel networks. So YouTube goes, now hold on a second. And they even the playing field for everybody. They give all creators access to the same like things, so same features, so that's not happening anymore. Ray William Johnson, I have it written out here now to see that it's Ray William Johnson.
Damn.
First channel to hit 5 million subs.
Oh.
So 2011, Ray William Johnson first to hit 5 million subs. YouTube analytics is a thing now.
Oh. We can now look at graphs about people watching our videos. We
can now really scrutinize and like optimize what we're doing to get the most views and the most viewers.
Surely this won't lead to detriment. No, this is actually a pretty good change.
I don't think that YouTube analytics was necessarily a detriment, although like...
No, that was great. That was like, should have been there the whole time.
It's good for creators, for sure. 2012, it's 2012. Joseph Kony.
Oh, the Kony trials.
There's a video just, being like, this guy stinks. We need to do something about him. I remember being all up in that. I was like 7th grade or something.
Yeah.
And then
we gotta take this guy down.
We all find out that like, he definitely already got like taken down or something, or like.
No, he wasn't taken down. He's still actually, I'm pretty sure, he's like doing his own thing today. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's the guy who started the movement who was crazy.
It was just like false. Under false pretenses. But
Internet Historian, it's the videos I've showed you where it's like the pool's closed, or the Hubba Hotel stuff, or the history of DashCon.
Have you ever shown me any of that?
Yes, I've 100% showed you pools closed before.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's the one where people went on Hubba Hotel and like blocked off pools and said they had AIDS in them.
You have not shown me that.
I 100% have. I showed you this video.
You didn't show me that. Okay, whatever.
I remember because it has some risque jokes in it. I was like, ooh, this is like some parts are like, I don't know.
Okay. We'll have to watch it again.
There's an Internet Historian video where he actually covers the whole Kony thing from 2012. It's crazy. The main guy, like at one point, it like started for like a good like cause, obviously, like, oh, this Kony guy is like a warlord who's like indoctrinating children and it's like horrible, blah 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 blah. But then the main guy got really caught up in the fame of it, of the movement, and like at one point, like when he was getting more national attention, he had like a mental breakdown on TV where he like stripped down to be naked and was running around like the sidewalk in like LA. Yeah. But alas,
that's funny.
There was the one night where like everyone got like Kony gear and graffiti and like Yeah,
I remember being a thing like, oh, buy these bracelets, right? And my mom was like, bitch, you are not buying anything that has to do with that. That is just a money making scheme for somebody. Like, you're not doing that. And I was like, okay. And then I wrote like drew the little like logo on my wrist or whatever like you could do if you were 12.
But it's like I feel like it's one of the, I don't know if I can even say it's one of the first huge instances of performative activism.
Definitely.
Where it's like everyone in America in this rich, nice country is gonna like, we're gonna take this Kony guy. I'm gonna put flyers up. I'm gonna.
Hey, this thing that I know nothing about, I'm gonna do something about it.
Yeah, but then it's like, well, the day came and went, and Kony still prevails.
Yeah. So real quick, I'm just we're gonna just kind of like quickly go, I think, through the rest of like anything relevant, and then I kind of want to just get more to just like talking you and I. more anecdotal about our own like experiences with YouTube.
Yay, anecdotal.
So algorithm change in 2012, prioritizing. So this is what I'm talking about with the YouTube analytics too. I think like it was definitely helpful for creators, but it helped them do things that weren't as good for viewers. So algorithm change, they are now prioritizing how long people are watching the videos, how long the eyeballs are glued to the screen, over how many views a video actually gets. So they start recommending videos like that over things like the things that were viral videos in the days of yore. That's not going to get popular anymore because that's not what YouTube is telling people to watch. A couple of years on from this, recommended videos accounts for like almost 70 or 80% of like what is being watched on YouTube. Okay.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. Clickbait is then at this point is just no longer as effective because you click on it, you realize it's not what you thought it was, you stop watching it, bam. Gangnam Style. Oh yeah, so let me not get ahead of myself. As a reaction to this algorithm change, reaction, prank, and gaming channels all like boom at this point. Yeah. Those get way bigger at this point. And then also, of course, 2012, Gangnam Style is the first video to hit 1 billion views. Woo! Insanity. I think that's crazy that that's like the first time that a music video has that impact on YouTube because...
Yeah. No, I think that's the like last true time all of humanity was like united. When we like all sat down, we all gave Gangnam Style a watch. We did the little dance.
You know what I remember? So if it's 2012, it was my 13th birthday that September.
Wow.
Me and my friends were up at my house, and I want to say we were like playing ping pong like in my garage that day, like all day, and I remember listening to Gangnam Style like on repeat. It was that and it was One Direction. Like that's what we were listening to for my 13th birthday.
The duality of man.
The duality of man, like seriously. But like I was saying, I think it's interesting that was the very first time that a music video had that kind of impact on just like YouTube and YouTube culture because I've talked about this a little bit before, at least to you, that rather than watching like even those viral video kind of things that were just clips of people, which I watched too, my kind of intro to YouTube was through music videos. It was like my own little version of MTV because I wasn't watching MTV and there wasn't another way that I was ever watching YouTube videos. How the fuck were people watching YouTube videos before that? I mean, I guess MTV, but I'm just like, I wasn't ever watching that before.
Oh, watching music videos before that.
Yeah, music videos. What did I say?
You said YouTube videos.
Oh, music videos. How were people watching music videos
before YouTube? MTV, baby.
I guess MTV, bro, but I was never watching MTV. So when I got on there in like 2007, what got me on there was watching YouTube music videos. Oh my God, I'm gonna mess that up more times. But it was Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend. It was Gwen Stefani's The Sweet Escape. Those are videos that I watched over and over again. And then of course like Kelly with Shoes, which was like a different thing because Kelly wasn't necessarily a musical artist. That was a YouTube creator that made a song and a music video for it, which I think is crazy. It's cool. But yeah, I think it's very interesting that Gangnam Style was the first one to really, but it's because I think it hit on so many points of like, not only was it like a global like phenomenon because it's bringing in an audience from somewhere else, not only South Korea, but it got America too and everywhere else because it was catchy and funky and like what's happening in this video and there's a dance. There's a dance. Like, oh, now there's a dance. Like that would be a TikTok dance now. Yeah. You know? I don't know. Just Gangnam Style really changed stuff.
That, yeah.
That's when I remember like learning what K-pop even was because I don't think I really knew anything about that before then. Then we get to 2013, okay?
2013.
So, like I said, I started with watching music videos. I also started with watching third-party content like clips of Family Guy or I don't know, Fear Factor.
Or Frasier.
But Fear Factor, which I didn't even know this. I didn't know this until you told me this like 2 weeks ago, that Joe Rogan was actually like the host of Fear Factor for a while.
That's how he got his start.
But 2013, Joe Rogan starts uploading his podcast to YouTube. I guess he was one of the first people to do that.
Interesting.
Harlem Shake is big in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
Harlem Shake was huge, dude. Channel layouts are no longer customizable in 2013.
Oh, that was such a horrible change.
Unfortunate. Smosh looked so
Dude,
cool.
no, yeah, the big channels, they had like the really fun designs and like the sides and the top.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like so much stuff they could do to it with like colors and...
But now, mine was really ugly, I'll be honest. And I wasn't someone who was uploading videos on YouTube.
Mine was awesome.
But mine was ugly. I didn't know anything about that. So I remember it having some purple in there somewhere. Okay, I'll just throw this little part in while I'm here.
Yeah.
So like I said, I was the kind of person who was watching third-party content on there, one of which was Mad TV. I watched a lot of Mad TV skits on there. I was really into Mad Magazine and then Mad TV once I realized that that existed because of YouTube. And my very first YouTube channel and like my very first Gmail that I had to make a YouTube account because they had already been acquired by Google at this point in 2006 or 7, whenever I made my first thing, was Mad TV 101. That's really funny to me. Like, I don't care if that's not like interesting or funny to anyone else. It's really funny to me to think that that was like the number one thing that I was consuming on the internet at that point, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I'm just going to call it Mad TV 101.
It's cute. My channel was Mr. Cazden because Cazden was taken. And so it was like, oh, really? What about Mr. Cazden? And I was like, sure.
That'll do.
That'll do, said 9-year-old me.
I mean, Mr. Cazden is still around, man.
It is. To this day. Stands the test of time.
So, channel layouts, no longer customizable. They all look the same. Smosh becomes the first channel to hit 10 million subs. Good for them.
Wow. You know what, Smosh? We got to give it to you guys. Congrats. We heard recently you were the first to 10 million. Good job, guys.
I applaud you.
They still hang out, right?
I mean, I'm sure they're still friends. Comments are merged with Google Plus this year, so you must have a Google account to comment.
Oh my god, huge moment.
I'm like, was that not a thing before then? Because I remember having to make a Gmail to make a YouTube account.
Gmail, Google Plus was Google trying to make its own social media type platform.
Oh.
Everyone hated it. They forcibly merged it with YouTube because they're like, oh, we got to get this is our social media off the ground. How are we going to do that? Oh, let's just merge the accounts with the YouTube ones. People hated Google Plus. There was a famous video by Emma Blackery who made a little song with her ukulele called Fuck Google Plus. Banger. Such a great song. But yeah, in summary, Google Plus, bad. They got rid of it.
Yeah, just people didn't like it. It didn't work. What Does the Fox Say? Huge in 2013. I fucking hated that video. This is the first one that I can say for sure that I just fucking hated that video.
I was a big What the Fox Say lover. I'm kidding.
Of course you were. Okay.
No, I didn't like it. It was a thing where I was like, this is dumb. This is just random equals funny humor. But then I kind of like the song was a little catchy, guys, not going to lie. The song was kind of a banger.
No, it wasn't. It was stupid.
The song was a little too good. So.
2013 is when Susan, however you say her last name, Susan Polish last name.
Is now the CEO. Wow. Our new
that
queen.
Was big. That was a big shift.
Surely this won't have detrimental consequences for the rest of the platform under her reign.
ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is a thing. YouTube launches Music Key, which didn't last for very long.
I don't even remember that.
It's basically their ad-free music platform. Oh. It ends up getting merged with YouTube Red and then YouTube Premium and then
YouTube Red.
So that happens. As a result of her being there, one of the things that happened was the play button was now a part of the branding and the logo, which I think is it's an integral part of their image now. But that wasn't even really a thing until 2014 is when they were like, this is a part of our image and our brand and it's part of the logo now. They also tried to, under Susan, they tried to find new ways to generate revenue beyond just ads. So they did more subscription-based content creation. They launched YouTube Red in 2015, which was ad-free access to all content, premium original series. I feel like, did anyone watch YouTube original series?
No, they
but I remember some of the bigger YouTube stars at the time, being in them and stuff. I think Joey Graceffa was in something.
Yeah, there was one that was held to a high regard was the Vsauce one.
Yes, yeah.
What was it called? Minefield, which are now all completely free. You can just watch them on YouTube for free since YouTube Red has been disbanded and all that. Because they've been I don't know, go call because it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it just the shows just didn't perform as good as they thought they would.
Yeah.
It was one of those cases where YouTube was trying so hard to be like, oh, we got to be like TV. We have to be the next TV. Whereas they didn't realize they already had like the working formula for the next thing. They shouldn't be trying to go backwards to like imitate
like do
TV.
something else. Yeah. You're already doing it.
So it's good that they backtracked on that as well. Although that took way longer to backtrack on versus Google+.
So yeah, we get to 2015. Another one of the things that Susan did to expand was YouTube Kids. Content for kids.
Probably a good change.
I think so. I'm making a specific
Get these kids out of here. They can't be on normal YouTube anymore.
But truly, like making a specific space, because I remember you would try to watch something that it had like the like content warning on it or whatever, and if you weren't 18 yet, it was just like, this probably isn't so graphic that I can't watch it. Like if it's that graphic, then it just shouldn't be on YouTube at all. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway. Other new YouTube features in 2015, scheduled uploads. What the hell is YouTube 360? Do you know what that is? Because I don't know what that even is.
I think that's when they added when they added the 360 ability to it. You ever seen a 360 video on YouTube where you can like go drag on the video and scroll around to look around in the video?
No.
Oh, it's a cool thing. Not many creators utilize that because not many people, especially in 2015, not many people had access to 360 cameras.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Interesting.
There were some videos where they made use of it, but honestly, it felt more like a fad, and it kind of just hasn't stuck on at all.
Okay, and then also info cards and end cards for videos were added in 2015.
Oh.
Also in 2015, Ryan uploads his first toy review video.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Surely this won't have detrimental consequences.
Ryan is from Texas, by the way. I just learned that today.
Texan native.
Casey Neistat in 2015 begins his 500 plus day vlogging streak.
Wow.
Changed the internet with that.
Surely this won't have detrimental effects on his family and marriage.
And obviously he was very influential. Other people start vlogging more because of him, including people like David Dobrik, who also started doing that in 2015.
Yeah.
Hot Ones begins. I love those. I love those
2015
videos.
2015 is a big year.
Huge year. James Charles starts doing makeup tutorials. Who cares? YouTube Gaming launches as so that was a thing that happened under that CEO. Susan, Polish last name. Okay, I'm sorry.
In my head, it was always Susan Wachowski, but it's not that.
That's definitely not what it is. That's why I'm just going to say Susan, Polish last name.
Wait, hang on.
YouTube Gaming, they're competing with Twitch, which is an Amazon-owned entity. I didn't know that until I was doing research for this. I didn't know that Twitch was owned by Amazon, but that makes sense. Amazon owns everything. Amazon is our overlord, no?
Here we go.
Susan watch Kai. Yeah, Susan.
That's totally that's a bit video. That's not a real video.
Wait, check out.
Okay, all these videos are just bits. They're just dunking on her because she was not liked as president.
Yeah, she was not well liked. So yeah, we don't know how to say her last name. It's okay. Susan, Polish last name. She did YouTube Gaming to compete with Twitch. It didn't really work that well, honestly. There was also a different point at which they were trying to like pay gamers to like stream on YouTube instead. And like some of them did it because they were getting paid. But it's like, obviously Twitch is the king of game streaming, okay?
Yes.
Music Key in 2015 also becomes YouTube Red. And then later, YouTube Red becomes YouTube Premium, and YouTube Music is a separate entity. Like there's all these iterations of that. 2016, Rip Harambe.
Oh.
Rip Harambe. Casey Neistat has become fully influential at this point.
King of vlogs.
Like I said, I know that David Dobrik started in 2015, but like 2016, I think was his year. That's when he really blew up. That's when I was watching him, at least. Like I remember watching him in 2016. Logan Paul starts vlogging in that year.
Boo.
PewDiePie.
We hate that guy.
And PewDiePie hits 50 million subs. 2017,
wow. That was a big moment.
Vine. So we've already seen things like David Dobrik and Logan Paul, these people who I think kind of got started on Vine, have already sort of migrated to YouTube. And of course, once Vine dies, they all migrate
came over
to YouTube. So rip Vine.
Polluted the platform.
Advent of YouTube TV in 2017.
Something that actually stuck around.
And here's something huge.
Oh!
The Wall Street Journal in 2017 publishes a silly little article about PewDiePie.
Correct. Which spawned the adpocalypse.
It did.
Yeah.
But actually there's like multiple different iterations of adpocalypses. I don't know if you knew this.
There are. This is the biggest one. This is the one. This is like the first one. Where
advertisers start to go, wait a minute.
Yeah. From the PewDiePie bridge clip. We're all familiar.
It wasn't just that though. Because that was like the one instance of him saying the N-word or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But there's also like other videos where he was saying anti-Semitic shit. Like there was a lot of stuff that over time somebody, I guess, kind of collected these things, wrote a thing and was like, listen, this guy, like, you shouldn't be letting your kids watch this stuff.
Yeah. Once that came out, mainstream media grabbed hold of it. And yeah, the first adpocalypse where everyone was pretty much making like 40% of what they were making before.
Yeah. Basically, advertisers just pulled themselves off of YouTube because they were like, I don't want to be associated with these creators that are saying bad shit.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that contributed to the adpocalypse following this, so that happened in February. Pretty kind of ish. Yeah. May of 2017. A silly little Pepsi ad starring Kendall Jenner is released. And I guess it's in front of a lot of videos on YouTube because Pepsi is a big wig with lots of money. They could put themselves in front of a lot of videos. And as we all know, that was not a well-received commercial, right? People were like, you're really reducing a very complex issue to Kendall Jenner giving a police officer a Pepsi and that just like saves the day. Fuck off, right? After that, and Pepsi getting hella hate for that, they just pulled all advertising off of YouTube, and then other people followed them. So it was just continuing this trend of like people leaving.
That was really 2017?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like that came way later in my brain.
And then also
dude, because they made a shitty ad and got hate for it. Then
they were just like, fuck it, I'm leaving.
This probably eventually leads to why YouTube turned off dislikes.
Maybe, yeah.
For sure.
That makes sense.
From like literally just people on YouTube, the audience having the voice and ability to say together, we hate this ad, we don't like this company or whatever, you know?
So in 2018, there was a complaint alleging violations of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act on YouTube.
Oh, man.
They were fined $170 million and for collecting like personal information from minors under the age of 13. Mm-hmm. So that was already happening in 2018. They were already kind of getting in trouble. And then 2019, this YouTuber, Matt's What It Is or something, posted a video kind of exposing this softcore pedophilia ring on YouTube. Ooh. I think that like that definitely was happening, but things got blown out of proportion by both this guy and his followers who all went and just were like, destroy this, like whatever.
Things have never been blown out of proportion on YouTube before. Yeah,
that has never once happened. And, you know, so as a result of that, there was more just loss of advertisers on YouTube because people were like, yo, like, this is getting messy. Like, I don't want to be involved in this. So YouTube starts treating all videos designated as made for kids as liable under the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. Basically, right? Like, they can't be monetized,
They cannot be monetized.
Because that was a thing you said kind of in that window between
after Adpocalypse. Yeah, they were like, oh, you can't swear anymore. You cannot mention anything political or be like inappropriate with like world like controversial. It was like literally like no controversial topics, which is like crazy.
Yeah, so basically like, the only people who could make money were like super PC.
Yeah, super PC. People making content mostly for kids.
Yeah.
Which then this kids thing, the kids lawsuit came down and it's like, oh, actually you can't monetize any videos made for kids.
Which I think is funny because that actually had like, it didn't really have that much to do with the Adpocalypse thing. It
was like just a whole second
It was kind of like a side thing of this thing happening where they were like, we can't be collecting data on children. And then it's like, that's always been, I think, like an moral or ethical issue. It's like the idea of like advertising to children and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, you know, that's a whole thing. The YouTube Kids was then like launched or whatever. I mean, that had been launched in like 2015, but it was like, I guess, grew at this point because they were like, well, we have to like put some things towards this. They created a supervised mode designed more for tweens rather than just kids. And then, you know, we get to the point now. So 2017. Oh, okay. Here's another thing that happened. Yeah. So stricter rules on monetized videos. Creators are making less money. They don't like that, obviously. Just you know, whatever. I don't know if this was viral when it came out, but Bill Wirtz uploads the history of the entire world, I guess, to YouTube in 2017. Love that guy. Also want to shout out this guy, Hunter Williams, who helped me make this timeline for this video, who was heavily inspired by Bill Wirtz in the entire history of YouTube, I guess, video that I watched.
Fun.
Emma Chamberlain starts vlogging in 2017. I really loved her at that time. I was really into her at like the end of my like 2017, 2018, like my senior year of high school. New website design, play button, part of logo. We already got that. H3H3. I was never super into them. Couldn't tell you if I've ever watched an H3H3 video, but huge deal. They won a huge like legal battle.
They did.
And they strengthened fair use across the platform.
100%. That was huge. Yeah. That was huge. Basically what happened is like H3H3 in the beginning, their big thing was like reacting to like bad content on YouTube. Like they really at first went in on like the prankster type videos that were like obviously fake and like debunked them or talked about like, this is stupid, you know? But then they did this one guy, I forget his name. He was like a parkour type channel that also taught you how to pick up chicks. So lame. Anyway, they made like 2 or 3 videos going in on him. Like, this guy sucks.
That's
like
funny.
It was mostly for the purpose of comedy, though. Obviously, it's like pointing out this stupid content that like kids were probably watching and being influenced by, but also it's just like for comedy. That guy ends up suing them. He's like, copyright infringement. You are using my videos to make views. Blah blah blah. And so there was a huge legal battle. I forget how many years it went over. I think it was like 1 or 2 though.
This was a couple years long battle, and they won.
It went on so long. They had like fundraised for like legal fees and stuff like that, but them winning it, that was such a good moment.
We didn't even talk about like, okay, first of all, I hated, so we can like backtrack just like shortly to the so in 2012 when reaction prank and gaming channels become a big thing. I hated all the prank channels, I'll be honest. Like, fuck all of that stuff.
Yeah.
There was an element of that prank stuff to like David Dobrik's like Vlog Squad kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they were doing lots of pranks and like silly little surprises and stuff, which like sometimes were good, but most of the time were just stupid. Reaction videos. I was a very large consumer of like a lot of Fine Bros content for a very long time. Apparently they like tried to trademark React or something.
They were like held in like golden light for making the highest quality React videos. Like, wow, these guys, they're really making a show out here on YouTube. And then they decided
they're part of that movement that was like having that really high production value and a whole team and a whole crew.
Yeah, and then they were like, you know what? We're going to trademark the word React. Only we can do it now. Sorry, everybody else.
Cringe.
And everyone hated them for it. I feel like that was the worst, stupidest move they could have done. So much hate and backlash still to this day, I feel like, just from that.
I don't feel like they recovered from that, honestly.
No, because like then, like, I mean, nowadays it's like not even labeled as the Fine Brothers. It's just like their channel is called React. And
they really made that their whole shtick.
Yeah, I know they do like that does it hold up type stuff. It's lame. I don't like it.
Lame.
I'm biased though because I'm still thinking about when they tried to trademark React.
Well, they also did one that was like college kids like react, and it's like, oh, does Seinfeld still hold up? And the kids were so woke and annoying, and they thought that Seinfeld didn't hold up, and I was like, okay, well, they're just incorrect anyway. Like, I don't think I've watched a fucking Fine Bros video since then.
They
like,
just
literally
peddle bad takes and dumb reactions to get engagement.
I'm just like, I'm not here for it. Fortnite is released in 2017.
Holy shit.
Holy fucking shit. That's all you're hearing about.
Oh my gosh.
Logan Paul, in what could be considered the largest fumble of all time, uploads the Suicide Forest video at the end of 2017.
Insane. That was so insane.
What was he thinking?
Logan Paul doesn't think. He's like a psycho. We hate him. Biggest grifter. One of the biggest grifters on the site.
You could
Scams
say he's
fans
an amoeba, because I don't think he has a brain.
No, I think he has a brain. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think he's evil. I don't think there's like it's not like an ignorant, dumb thing. I think he's evil.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he's also dumb.
I don't know if a dumb person would be capable of all the bullshit he's pulled. Like, one of them, sure. Like,
Any
if he
smart
did the Suicide
person would
Forest
know
thing,
that they should not upload a video of a dead body in a suicide forest to YouTube.
correct.
Like, you have to have two brain cells to rub together to know that you shouldn't do
stuff
that.
He got from that, like, crazy. He's made like 4 apology
and I guess,
videos
like,
from like
no press
horrible
is bad
events.
press. Like, that got him, and he's still around.
He recovers every time.
He always recovers. How is that? Why do we? But there's a lot of people. It's like James Charles. He recovers every single time. Someone who hasn't recovered is Shane Dawson, and I'm fine with that. He really dug himself a hole, and I was like a Shane Dawson fan at some point, but that was also like when I was too young to know that some of the stuff he was doing was bad, honestly.
Right.
So like, you know, like Shanae.
Yeah.
Like, there was a point at which I wasn't 11 anymore, and I was like, yo, this like maybe isn't funny. Like,
wait a minute, guys.
It's almost like this.
I think we should
really
reanalyze
offensive.
this.
Yeah. So
Hate that guy.
plenty of people haven't recovered, but plenty of people have. Like, how is Jeffree Star still around, dude? People like hate him, and he's done a lot of bad stuff, but he is still around. He's just living his life. He's actually, though, I'll be honest, Jeffree Star, that is someone who is really smart.
Oh, probably.
He's like incredibly smart.
All the ones that like
he
recover
like knows how to
still...
invest and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's like he is
investor. Oh.
No, what I'm saying, like, he's smart outside of like YouTube stuff.
This guy day trades.
He like has lots of properties and stuff. Like, he's not an idiot. Unfortunately. Okay, so 2018.
The last
new
good
rules.
year.
The last good year.
2018, the last good year.
New rules. You must have 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time in order to monetize vids.
God.
That definitely puts a bar, you know, like ceiling that people would hit at some point and not be able to monetize their videos and stuff. And like, I think that that's a hump to get over that I'm sure makes it a lot harder to be successful at this point.
Yeah. I remember when this rule wasn't implemented and I was still making like a Mr. Cazden videos like before 2018.
Yeah.
Like one of them did really good and I think I got like 12 cents.
Shut.
The thing is though, they only start to mail you money after you've hit $100.
Oh my God. Wait, so you had 12 cents that you never got?
I still in like the Mr. Cazden YouTube channel. I think I probably have like $4 that's just like sitting there of like ad revenue money from that early time.
That's sad.
And it's just like, they owe me money. They're in debt to me.
YouTube owes us. All right. Not me. You. YouTube Red is now YouTube Premium, and YouTube Music is a separate entity. That's 2018. Logan Paul is now boxing. He has that whole era. KSI Logan Paul showdown. They also ended up having like
in 2018?
Yeah, no. There was a second one. There was another one. They had like a round 2 a couple years later.
Logan Paul and KSI, that was the huge one. God, that was such a disappointment. We watched that live. When it ended in a tie, biggest
Well,
L.
I think like KSI won the second one.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So 2019, Mr. Beast is winning.
Mr. Beast!
He's at the top of his game.
Yeah.
PewDiePie also becomes the first channel to hit 100 million subs.
I
guess
oh
we
my
just
God, he
forgave
did
him.
win. He did win.
Guess we just like forgave him.
No,
for
he had a
all
crazy
that.
redemption arc. He had a crazy redemption arc.
Lily Singh, who I'll be honest, I was never a huge fan of her content, but she was around. She becomes the first YouTuber to host her own like talk show on a major network.
Which failed horribly.
And
have you seen the Drew Gooden video, like covering it at all?
No.
Great video. We should watch it. It's just about the failure of that and how it's really funny.
I talked about in the Oscars episode, the episode right before this, that she was one of the like kind of host on the red carpet talking to people, and she is not good at that. No. She's terrible at talking to people. It's crazy. So I can't imagine what a fucking talk show would have been like.
Yeah, it's the video from Drew Gooden is just called like Leaving the YouTube Bubble. And it's just about people who like, obviously if you're in your bedroom making comedy videos, you can do that. But once you try and enter the stage of like being a talk show host and you have like people writing jokes and it's like, there's so much other things that play. It's not the same game.
Of course not.
No.
Of course not. So, yeah.
TLDR, not funny, canceled.
YouTubers, I mean, I think this was kind of already happening, but it was like more of a trend in 2019. Just YouTube channels becoming more like production companies, having a crew, equipment, higher budgets. Yeah. I know a couple of people that work for like basically YouTube production companies. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's a thing now. 2020, YouTube skyrockets because of the pandemic. Are we surprised?
No.
Dream is trying to be the top Minecraft YouTuber. Correct. TikTok is now mainstream, so YouTube Shorts is a thing. Mr. Beast Burger, whatever. Mr. Beast kind of proves that like being a YouTuber is not just about making videos, but it's about having a brand, building a brand.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. I do not think I've ever watched a single Mr. Beast video. Like, I don't think I have.
I'll pick out like one for us to watch. Most of his videos are clearly tailored for a bit of a younger audience.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get. Yeah.
Though they're told through like the lens of a younger audience, but the stuff he does in his videos are still like insane. Like it's any human. Like like literally like one where he like gives away a private island to like someone and they just do a bunch of the Squid Games video would be a great one. The Squid Games video.
I actually have that mentioned because
that
it was
video is unbelievably good. Like the amount of effort, I think they spent 400 or wait.
So what I was just saying was 2020. By the way, because of the pandemic, YouTube was accounting for like 15% of all internet traffic. Okay. All internet traffic, which is twice its pre-pandemic level. Wow. Like, YouTube's the place to be, I guess, in 2020. 2021, you can't see the number of dislikes on videos anymore. And Mr. Beast recreates Squid Game, and it becomes the most viewed video in 24 hours. And it also gains a record-breaking 1.4 million subs for him in that day.
Oh, my God. It deserves it. Do you know how much money he spent on that video to make that video?
Why would I know that? No.
Do you have a guess?
$1 million.
3.5 million on a single YouTube video. And that is what makes Mr. Beast different.
Oh my God. Because
that video is insane. It is so good.
I guess it's because he's been doing a bunch of gimmicks, I guess, before that point. Like, how was he making, I mean, because
his whole shtick is that he takes all revenue made from the videos, puts it back into the videos. Like, any money he makes from like one video, he'll put into the next one. Or if he gets a sponsorship deal, like he did with the Squid Games one, all of that money goes into the video. Like, he didn't make money on the Squid Games video, but it's like, it's
just
all about
goes to build the brand.
And to make the best content he can.
Interesting.
Which is so cool. And like, no one else has done that because everyone always wants to take a cut of the money, which he's not interested in yet.
So we're kind of at the end of my timeline here. I don't know what happened in 2022, but this is my timeline here. A couple of things history. I do want to say is that I do feel like the way that, I don't know if this is going to be relevant to like normal people, the way that 16 millimeter and 8 millimeter cameras democratized filmmaking for like the regular ass person, whenever that was 65, there you go. But the way that 16 millimeter and 8 millimeter cameras democratized filmmaking for the regular person, you didn't have to be in Hollywood to make a little motion picture. And it, you could use it to basically just make a moving photograph of your family, of your kids. It was the same thing with YouTube and like being like a video sharing platform. Before that, how were you ever going to share these digital videos with that many people?
You plug your like camcorder into the TV and show people.
Yeah. So, and like, I think it's just insane the variety of content you can consume on YouTube. From third-party content to original content, and the niches you can go down in with
ridiculous
with original content is actually crazy. You know how you say that you were consuming like internet content made for on the internet, consumed on the internet,
purely only like talked about on the internet too. Like a comment that I had about that was that I just feel like in general there's this trend in media, like popular media, called narrowcasting. So you've heard of broadcast yourself. You've heard of broadcasting. That's like what the major networks were doing back in the day. Everybody kind of gets the same stuff, and you have to make it as appealing as possible to as many people as possible to get as many views as possible. So it's the lowest common denominator of media, of content. And as you get into spaces more like YouTube, you get people making this very specific video about this very specific thing that is only going to appeal to a very specific group of people. But you can still be really popular doing that because you're not just reaching, hey, your friend that really likes that thing too. You can reach somebody in Japan that likes that thing too. Yeah.
I think like individualistic creators on YouTube, like YouTube is the place to be for that, or was
100%.
at some point. I don't know. I think it still is.
I think it still is. I don't think it's anything else. There's no other big video sharing or like video library type platform I can think of, really. I mean, I guess you could say TikTok, but that's not really, the variety of content is nowhere near as diverse as what you can get on YouTube. Like,
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, in the like, okay, it's like every TikTok is super short and like vertical and like normally catchy in a dance. YouTube, you'll find whole documentaries. Like you will find like, I don't know, there's so much.
Yeah. You'll find a condensed version of a documentary on TikTok.
You can. It's just more condensed, I guess.
I watch a lot of people who like talk about news, who talk about history, and it's like obviously you're getting like the cliff notes on it, but like you can learn a lot of information on TikTok.
But for those of us that still like 16:9 widescreen content, YouTube is the place to be.
So before we go, gonna shout out a couple of Texans. I used to watch Graveyard Girl religiously. I'm pretty sure she was from Texas. If you ever watched her, does this thing really work? She would do those reviews of like as seen on TV products, which I always thought were great. Did I ever buy any of the products? No, but I loved watching her use them. Drew Phillips, who is one of my faves, he made absolute like YouTube poop type content, but like I loved him, and now I'm an avid listener of his podcast, Emergency Intercom. Jazzy Ann, we go to school with her. I've met her a couple times. She's great.
CoffeeZilla from Texas. He's the investigative YouTuber who like cracks down on scammers and things like that.
Okay,
he's
interesting.
Awesome. Dude, perfect.
Oh yeah, wait, Logan Paul and his like
the scam, the Logan Paul
NFT scam.
Yeah.
Justin Kalen, who I believe was like a very like MagCon type of guy. I never really watched his content, but I want to say his little sister like went to my high school or something. Like he was around. I remember like him being around. Quinlan Blackwell, who started on TikTok and is like, on TikTok, on Vine, and is super funny. I follow her on TikTok now. Like I said, Ryan's Toys. Liza Koshy, pretty sure she's from Houston. Arcadia Collective.
Oh, they're cool.
They're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool. They're from Texas, yeah.
Yeah, that's Cazden's.
Whatever happened to those guys?
That's Cazden's group of like high school besties that made not only like YouTube type content, but short films and put them on their channel in high school.
Put us on the map, really.
So I think it's, now that YouTube is like something that is seen as a viable career, because I didn't see it as that for a long time when I was a kid. It was kind of like whenever that started being a thing, I was like, that seems like that's not real. Like, that's not a real job. But, obviously it is. And people put a lot of time and effort into these things. But now I think, like, people can end up being celebrities like any other celebrity. And that's, its own can of worms, right? And people choose to do different things with that. Because, like, okay, whereas, like, say, I was a fan of Emma Chamberlain when she was first, like, starting to vlog and stuff. And she was always what people liked about her, she was very authentic and real. And now she's very private. She doesn't like to share her personal life.
Of course. She
was in this relationship for, like, a year or something, and they've just had their hard launch, and it's a big deal. Who cares, And then... someone who I think, she was someone who dropped out of school, finished high school online, and then started doing YouTube as a career and has segued into other things, modeling, doing other things. She's found success. And I used to watch those. I can't believe I didn't mention Dan Is Not on Fire, by the way. Dan and Phil, I was a huge fan of them.
Kings.
I had I'm a dinosaur t-shirt in middle school. It was cute, I guess. But like Jack and Finn Harries were these British twins who were right up in that kind of mid 2010s era of just very YouTube-y, collabing with other YouTubers and doing challenges and whatever. But then they both kind of stopped doing YouTube for a while and went to university. And one of them, I want to say it's Jack now, is really into environmentalism and documentary filmmaking and stuff. So he's doing he has this project called Earthrise, which I believe is also on YouTube, that is kind of just informing people about climate change and trying to get people to take action. Very cool stuff. So it's there's two different ways that this can go. And then there's people like Christina Grimmie, who I remember watching do covers on her little keyboard in her room when she was a teenager. She found success as a singer and ended up getting shot at one of her concerts, and she died.
Right.
Which is like, bro, that's literally like you're John Lennon and you started on YouTube. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, you know, as far as like what are the implications or like what's going to happen in the future, who's to say, right? But like kids these days grow up on the internet, and so did I, but it was very different. It was a different place, and it's changed a lot in the time that I have been alive. So, you know, I know a lot of kids now, like, if you ask them what they want to do when they grow up, they're like, I want to be a YouTuber. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So real quick, why don't we just plug Creator Camp?
Creator Camp. I am a co-founder of a company called Creator Camp. We're a summer camp that teaches kids all about filmmaking, animation, and we have a YouTube class as well. If you know any kids, we're having classes this summer. This podcast is sponsored by Creator Camp.
And this camp is in Katy and Austin, Texas, currently. That's where it will be.
But yeah, it's interesting how
I'll be teaching there. So
it's super cool. So many kids like come in wanting to be YouTubers when they grow up, and so this is kind of like our place where we can kind of guide them in a direction that's safe and fun and teach them how to use technology in a way to be like productive and create instead of just using technology as a way to consume endless entertainment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Creator Camp. It's interesting. It's got to be so interesting growing up right now with YouTube already being what it is. Like,
you know, even though, because I was a kid who, like I've been saying, was an avid consumer of media, I wish that I would have had something like this to really teach me how to wield the internet to my advantage more so, and like foster my own creativity rather than just watching other people's. Quick shout out Kick the PJ.
Yes.
He was one of the people who was making more like narrative film type things. Really
creative
cool stuff.
Films, yeah.
Very creative. But yeah, let's hope that in the future, like, instead of being like influenced negatively or just influenced at all, more kids are able to like express themselves and like we're saying, just wield the internet and YouTube for their own creativity. I suppose I don't have anything further to say.
Thank you so much for listening or watching in, and
find us on all our socials.
Yes.
Linked in the bio or the description. The
Mankheads podcast.
Mankheads podcast, or just at Mankheads on Twitter, and on Instagram and on TikTok. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Tell us what got you started on YouTube.
Yeah. What were the first things you watched? How old were you?
Yeah. Was it Minecraft videos or was it music videos? Two sides of very different coins, actually, but
correct.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Sam.